Hi everyone, I'm Needlecraft Danny. This is flosstube number 95, I think. Once again, it's a vlog style video, so we're in Arbitrary August, and during Arbitrary August I do not do my normal update videos, but instead I check in every morning, show you what I stitched on the day before, and together with you, find out what project I'm going to stitch on that day. Yeah, it's the third week of August now. Today is the 17th of August, and let me show you what I did yesterday. Because this is the first clip of the video, the first day I filmed. I will show you a picture of what my project looked like last time. First of all, yesterday I stitched on Cinderella Rags to Riches by John Elliott. Basically, this chart consists out of two different patterns. Cinderella and Rags, Cinderella and Riches, but you can combine them in the middle, and that's the version I'm stitching. So yeah, first of all, let me show you a picture of what it looked like last time you saw it here. So this is where I got to. I'm super happy with what I did yesterday. Basically, I continued with the highest stitch up that was not yet stitched. Took that color, stitched one length of thread, and then moved on to the next color. I finished that green part of her dress up in here. With the leftover thread, I moved down here and here. I did a bit of white in here that you probably can't see a whole lot. And yeah, lots of lilac and purples over here. So I'm super happy with what I did. I would have loved to get to some backstitching, but yeah, I kind of ran out of time. Next time. There will be some more stitches, of course, and some more backstitching, because next time I think the next color up is actually her skin color, which means I will then finish her hand and can actually backstitch her hand. So that will then look a lot better than it does right now. So I'm really looking forward to that. But yeah, this is the whole piece so far. This year I want to finish Cinderella and Rags, so her complete dress and everything that's below her, which will take quite some time. There's still a lot to do, but I'm getting less and less projects, because on a lot of my projects I already finished my goal, so I can concentrate on her even more than I already did this year. I did stitch on her quite a few times already, but she's a big girl, so that's fine. She is stitched on a 28 count casual linen by Picture This Plus in the colorway Fog, and I'm stitching 2/2 crosses, needleminder from Lenka Designs. Yeah, can't wait to continue in her dress. Gonna move on that, and hopefully soonish finish her. She is beautiful. I love her, and I can't wait to continue on her. So yeah, that's my Cinderella. I'm now going to pack this away so we can find out what I'm going to stitch on today, because today none of my projects has its birthday. If you're interested how exactly I do my Arbitrary August, because this video I did not really talk about it a lot yet. I did a whole video about how exactly I plan my Arbitrary August, all my plans, all the dates and stuff. And also that video is a parade. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, I think a few videos back I did that, 2 or 3 videos back. But basically every day I stitch on a different piece that I chose randomly, except for a few dates where some of my projects have their birthdays. So on those days, when a project has its birthday, I stitch on the project that has its birthday. Today, none of my projects has its birthday, so I get to choose randomly what I'm going to stitch on, and I have all those little pieces of paper in my bowl over here. So I'm picking one now. I think I want that one that does not want to get here. So what am I going to stitch on today? Norwegian ship under sail. I'm going to get the project and show you where I'm at. So this is Norwegian Ship Under Sail. It's a full coverage piece by Golden Kite. It's a small edition. There is, I think, a larger one, but it is already quite large. even with the small edition. So this is going to be the finished piece, and I show you where I'm at right now. This one, I have to admit, is at the moment one of my least favorite projects, which is super sad because I love how it's turning out. I just don't enjoy stitching on it as much as I did before. So this is where I'm at. It's stitched on an 18 count antique white Ada 2/1 full crosses. Needleminder is from Denka Designs. I'm stitching this one in columns with the pages going on the diagonal. So at the moment I stitch in page number 3, which is that one over here with all those sails. And I bring that part a little bit closer. I still have a ton of part threads in that column. I'm moving from the bottom to the top with the part threads, so you can see there's still a ton part. So I'm going to concentrate on that. Oh yeah, you see a little bit better like that way. Going to concentrate on that, starting from the bottom with all the part threads and stitching them in. Hopefully getting the column done, but honestly I really doubt that. So it would be just nice to, well, at least do a good amount of stitches, maybe about 200 or 300 stitches. This project takes ages to get a good stitch amount done. It's confetti heavy. A lot of the colors are blended colors instead of solid colors, so I have to take 2 DMC colors and put them together to stitch with them. And I think overall it has about 200 colors, which so far you cannot see yet because it's kind of blurry, stormy sky in the background, and I have not done a whole lot on the ship yet. But especially on the ship, the colors are not that different, but there are a lot of different colors in there with only 1 stitch or maybe 2 stitches, and so yeah, it's kind of annoying honestly, but we will see about that. I will continue with this one. I really love the finished piece, so I don't want to give up on it. It's just at the moment it's kind of annoying, but yeah, we will see. Maybe stitching on it today will spark my love for it again. I did stitch on all my projects whenever they had their birthday through the course of the year. I did stitch on those projects for at least half an hour or the whole day. This project I totally forgot and therefore did not stitch on it for its birthday. It had its birthday beginning of June, so I would have been able to actually take the time to stitch on it, and I forgot about it. And when I remembered about a month later, I probably could have made it work to fit it in somewhere, and I just did not want to. So it's nice that it got called for Arbitrary August, so I can now stitch on it and hopefully regain my love for it. But yeah, this is my starting point for today. Hopefully you will see a lot of progress tomorrow morning when I come back to show you. For you it's in a few seconds, so just stay tuned in and you will see what I did on this one. I'll check in tomorrow morning and see you then. Bye! Good morning everyone. It's now Wednesday, the 18th of August, and yeah, today is going to be the day my brother arrives. So from today on, hopefully I will get some stitching in, but I'm not sure about that. Today at least a little bit should be working out, but no promises. So we'll see about that. But first of all, let me show you what I did yesterday. So as you know, yesterday I stitched on Norwegian Ship Under Sail, the small edition by Golden Kite. That's the finished piece. You just saw what it's going to look like when it's done, because I just showed you my starting point. So let me show you where I got to. It's kind of complicated because it's big, but we will get there. So this is where I got to. I do not know how much of a difference you can actually see. I did continue from bottom to top in all those part colors. There were a lot of part threads in there. A lot of those colors only with 1 or 2 stitches, but I did work a lot more on those sails, so they're coming along really nicely. As I said, a lot of confetti and not a whole time to stitch yesterday, so I did about 170 stitches in the end, I think. About 170 stitches, so I'm fine with that. I'm absolutely fine with that. It's just, I mean, more is always nice, and I would have loved to come to the top of the column with all my puck threads, especially because I have a few colors left with only a few stitches. But getting further up, there are those colors perked that have a lot of stitches. So I'm really looking forward to that. It's faster if I don't have to change the thread all the time, or if which I had to do quite a bit down here, have to. Sorry, my phone's ringing. I don't know if you can hear it. I'm going to ignore it. So hopefully you're not going to be super disturbed by it vibrating next to me. Yeah. So, as I said, it's kind of annoying to have 1 or 2 stitches in a color, then you have to put this color away. And the color exists out of 2 different DMC colors, so you have 2 different strands of DMC you have to pack away and stuff. So it can get kind of annoying with all those blended colors, but I mean, the outcome is amazing. Those sails, they look amazing. It's just a little tedious. So that's why I can't wait to get back up into the sky. And I think I have 1 or 2 more columns after that with a little bit of sail in them, and the rest will be sky, the rest of the page. So you will see. I'm now at 1,600 something stitches done for the year, so I need about 3,000 to finish my year goal. Yeah, I have not stitched a whole lot on this one this year so far. It's stitched on an 18 count antique white Ada. I'm stitching 2 of 1 full crosses. Needleminder is from Danka Designs, and yeah. But I did find, yesterday said I hope I find my love for it again and enjoy stitching on it again, and I do. I did enjoy stitching on this one yesterday. Yes, it was tedious with all those blended colors, but I did enjoy stitching on it, especially those sails coming together and stuff. I did like that. It's just tedious. So I bring those sails a little bit closer because I absolutely love them. The light is not perfect. Someone said that in my comments as well, and I know that. I do plan to to film somewhere else. My stitchy spot is here and stays here, but I do plan to film somewhere else. I just do not have any furniture at that place so far. Therefore, I have nowhere to sit. And I do not want to sit on my floor again while doing my videos. Therefore, we all have to wait for my furniture to arrive before I can actually start filming in another place. And I do not know when this furniture is going to be arriving, because honestly I have not ordered it yet. Mostly because I can't decide what I want. So yeah, we will see. Someday I will film somewhere else with hopefully better lighting. But yeah, this is my Norwegian ship under sail. This is where I got to, as I said, about 170 stitches, something like that, which is nice. It's progress, and I now honestly can't wait to continue on this one to finally finish that call. Yeah, that's been yesterday. As I said, tomorrow my brother arrives, so we'll see how much I can do. But the project I'm going to stitch on, I can already tell you, because today one of my projects has its birthday. Medicating Cruncher by Heaven Enough Designs. The artwork is by Hannah Lynn. This project turns 2 years old today. I said that in my plans video for Arbitrary August and my book parade as well. A lot of my projects have their birthday during August because I started them during my first Arbitrary August, where I mixed whips and starts. So therefore a lot of them are started during Arbitrary August, and this one is one. So this is the finished piece, and I show you where I'm at. You saw it in my last video already because it was for my Go weekend. I needed this one as well. So this is Mini Canning Cruncher, and I have started this next column, so I will continue in that one. A few part threads left up here, and then I think a few colors that did not have a part thread in that column, where I still need to stitch the color before I then move to her skin color and then to black. So yeah, this is Mini Canning Cruncher. Over here is already the shark's fin, so I'm really happy about that, and I can't wait to continue downwards, but first of all I'm moving over to the right. She is stitched on the 25 count even weave, and I'm stitching 2 over 10 stitch needleminder from Denka Designs. So yeah, I mean it would be absolutely amazing to finish the column today. I highly doubt that. So it would be nice to at least continue on the spark threads and then start from top to bottom filling in all those colors. And hopefully getting to a good point where I'll be happy with leaving it. Yeah, Mini Canning Cruncher. That's that, and I'm going to roll that later. So yeah, that's my project for today. As I said, not sure how much I can get done. Actually, I hope a lot, but you never know. And I will, hopefully, I cannot promise to actually check in tomorrow morning. I will try to check in while my brother's in the bathroom or while he's still sleeping. I will try, but I cannot promise anything. So the plan is to check in as soon as possible, either tomorrow morning or on Friday when he's gone again, and show you what I did. If I do not have the time to check in tomorrow morning, I'm quite sure I won't have the time to actually stitch tomorrow anyways, so that will be fine. But yeah, that's kind of the plan. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed so far. Of course, this video is going to continue, and you will see in a few seconds how my days turn out, and I will find out and yeah, do a video hopefully tomorrow morning and show you what I did on Mini Canning Cruncher. So as I said, this video is going to continue. You will find out in a few seconds. I will check in tomorrow morning and see you then. Bye. Good morning, everyone. As you can see, it's still dark outside, so I'm having an early shift today. Today is Sunday, the 22nd of August, and if you have watched the previous video, you might have noticed that my last clip was, I think, on Wednesday. That's a few days ago. I did not stitch in those days. So basically, I told you on Wednesday my brother was going to arrive and he would stay until Friday in the morning. Yeah, he arrived quite a bit earlier than I thought he would. So on Wednesday there wasn't any stitching. And on Friday he intended to leave in the morning, realized it's probably not the best idea to drive through the day with all the traffic and with holiday and vacation in Germany, the summer vacation. So a lot of people on the road, and it's Friday, so even more people on the road. So he decided to stay the whole day on Friday and leave. I think he left at 8 p.m. or something like that to drive through the night, the way I always do it, because there's way less traffic. So basically 3 days without stitching, but 3 days with my brother. So that was absolutely worth it. I see my brother about twice a year, which is not a lot. So yeah, it was really nice to have those 3 days. We went shopping, we went out to eat. We did a bit in here in the house. He helped me with quite a few things where I needed a second set of hands. So he could help me with that, and I'm really happy he did. Because now I have some real light up here, and it's not just a light bulb hanging from the ceiling. I actually have a light. He helped me choose. He helped me put it up there. So yeah, that was good. And on Friday, as I said, it wasn't planned that he would stay another day. So we kind of spontaneously said we would drive to another city, about an hour, 1.5 hours from here. It's called Hamburg. Maybe you have heard of it. It's quite a big city. And at the moment, it's kind of famous because the COVID numbers are kind of high. Nevertheless, we drove there. We wore a lot of masks, and we're both already completely vaccinated. So that kind of helped making the decision. But yeah, we drove there. We had a great time, and basically spent the whole day in Hamburg. Made all the tourist things, and yeah, in the evening we drove back home. He slept in the car so he could then drive back to the south of Germany. And yeah, it was a great 3 days. I'm happy I did not stitch on those 3 days and spent the time with my brother. So yeah, it was definitely time well spent. Then yesterday, on Saturday, of course, I had to do some cleaning up, just like washing the towels he used, stuff like that. And I did that, and then I finally got back to some stitching. And I did not get to Mini Katie and Cruncher on Wednesday like I planned to, but it was Mini Katie and Cruncher's birthday. So instead of just moving on to the next project, like I did last time when I did not get to a project, I decided to just stitch on Mini Katie and Cruncher to celebrate the birthday a few days late. So that's what I did. Once again, this is Mini Katie and Cruncher. The artwork is by Hannah and it's started by Having Enough Designs. That is the finished piece, and you just saw what it looked like last time. I just showed you. For you, it's just, for me, it's 4 days ago. But I showed you my starting point. So this is where I got to. I'm so happy what I did, and the colors are not good. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, basically I finished the column I had already started, and I'm so happy about this eye. It's completely done, and it looks great. It looks absolutely great. I'm so happy about that. Which is a little bit crazy, the way, or the amount of happiness just about this eye, but I'm really, really happy that it's done and how it looks, and yeah, I'm really happy. So I finished all the color stitches, then filled in the skin, and then filled in all the black. And that meant close to 1,000 stitches. So yeah, I'm happy. I did stitch on it once again, although technically it wasn't her day anymore, but I'm still very happy I stitched on it. Now I have a bit more than 500 stitches left for my year-end goal. So one more time stitching on this one, and I could be able to finish my year goal, which would be amazing. She stitched on a 25 count even weave 2/110 stitch needleminder from Dankai Designs, and this is her in all her beautiness. And basically I did stitch this eye, and I'm now cutting in through about here, so I'm getting close to being halfway done, which is super nice. It really is. So I can't wait to move further to the right of her. I will not stitch this mouth with the way I'm stitching at the moment. I'm stitching on those diagonals. So I basically will cut out the mouth. I will cut through her eye into the corner and then move further down. So it's kind of sad that I don't get to her mouth, but yeah, I got the eye, and that's amazing. Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy with her. So yeah, this is Mini Katie and Cruncher. I'm now trying to roll it up. We'll see how that works. And then I show you which project I hopefully am going to stitch on today. Because today will be super busy. As I said, I'm having an early shift. That's why I'm filming while it's still dark, which I hate because it reminds me that I have to get up super early. And I do not like that. I love sleeping in, but yeah, sometimes that's not happening. I did that yesterday. After my brother left, I actually decided, okay, it's my last day without work. I'm going to sleep in as long as I want to. But on Friday I was kind of tired, so I went to bed already at 10 p.m. So it wasn't that long. But yeah, that's that. Now, today. Well, on the 20th of August, so on Friday, another one of my projects had its birthday. So basically, I still need to stitch on that one to celebrate its birthday. It also is the last birthday project for this Arbitrary August. So after today's birthday stitching, all the other projects will be randomly chosen out of my bowl. After today, there will be no more birthday starts or birthday stitchings. But today, there still is one. As I said, the birthday was on Friday, not today, but I did not get to it, so I decided to move it to today. And what I'm talking about is Mini Cinderella. The artwork is by Alexandra Dawn, charted by Heaven and Designs. That is the finished piece. And I show you where I'm at. So where I'm going to start off from today, as I said, hopefully. I should get at least a little bit of stitching in, but I'm not sure how much it will be. So this is my Mini Cinderella. It's stitched on the 28 count even weave 1/1 4 crosses, and I'm presently stitching with the Kranich to actually first finish all the Kranich stitches, which is the color with the most stitches in the design, and I first want to finish that, so I have to continue over here and move all this Kranich further down. That's probably going to be the next step. I hope to do at least 3 or 4 lengths of thread. We will see. But yeah, this is where I'm at. And I'm close to 35% done on this one. So yeah, 35 I should reach, and then hopefully a little bit more. And hopefully tomorrow I can film when I have a little bit of better light, because at the moment it's not great. But yeah, that's that. I mean, you can start to see this pumpkin down here. Of course, you can already see quite a bit of the clock. So yeah, I'm over a third done, so that's nice. But it's just not going as fast as I'd hoped, because if I finish a piece this year, it will be this one. Or if I finish a full coverage piece this year, it will be this one. And there's still quite a bit to do, and I only have about 4 months left. So we will see. Probably not going to happen, but it would be nice. Yeah, that's Mini Cinderella. My last birthday stitching for this August. And yeah, as I said, today is Sunday. So tomorrow I'm going to check in with my progress for Mini Cinderella and then actually upload this video, hopefully. The next probably 3 or 4 days will be super busy once again. But it should get better afterwards, because next week I'm actually giving back my old apartment, as I rented it, and now I'm giving it back. But there are a few things I still have to do in the apartment before I can give it back. So yeah, busy 3 or 4 days. I think that's it for today. Stay tuned. This video continues, and I'm going to show you what I did on Mini Cinderella tomorrow, probably morning. And yeah, that's it for today, and I'll see you tomorrow morning. Bye. Good morning, everyone. It's now Thursday, the 26th of August. So you might have noticed I have not uploaded a video on Monday. And yeah, basically I was supposed to stitch on Sunday, and that's when I last filmed. And I did not get around to do it. Way too much to do, So I thought, okay, that's fine. I can actually stitch on Monday, film on Tuesday, upload on Tuesday. That's fine as well. One day late, no problem. Yeah. I got to stitch on Wednesday, so yesterday. Before that, it was just, there was no way I was able to actually sit down and stitch more than 10 minutes. And honestly, for 10 minutes, the project I got is not the best to pull out, so I didn't. And filming takes me, with those videos, those vlogs are videos, takes me around 3 hours, maybe 4. So not happening either. If I don't have an hour to stitch, I don't have 4 hours to actually upload a video. So yeah, not happening. But I hope that's fine. My plan now, and now me telling you that doesn't make any sense because you already know when this video is going to be uploaded because you're watching it. But the plan at the moment is to actually upload on Monday. And yeah, that means I have a few more days of stitching because uploading a video last Monday would have also meant I had 3 projects to show. And now I have a few more, and this video actually has a bit more stitching. So, what did I stitch on yesterday? Well, of course, I stitched on Mini Cinderella. The artwork is by Alexandra Daw, and it's charted by Heaven Enough Designs. That's the finished piece. That's the piece I wanted to stitch on Sunday because it actually had its birthday on Friday. But I was already in delay back then. So yeah, I wanted to stitch on this one on Sunday and only get around to do it yesterday. But it's also the last of my birthday stitchings during August, so going forward it will actually be completely arbitrary. Not a whole lot of days left, but I knew this year the move was going to happen. And so I knew that there would be some months where not a whole lot of stitching is happening. I'm talking about my move, as if everybody knows what's happening. I don't know if I talked about it in this video already, but about a month ago I actually moved, and yeah, it's taking time to actually clean out the old apartment and to get settled into the new house. And so yeah, it just takes time, and slowly but surely it's getting better. And going forward, probably starting next week, I should be back to kind of normal. But yeah, yesterday I stitched on Mini Cinderella. So now I'm going to show you where I got to, so we get back to stitching. So this is where I got to. And because I stitch with the Krennic at the moment, you probably do not see a whole lot of difference on first glance. But I'm going to tell you what I did. I did a bit more than 600 stitches and have now about 800 stitches left to finish all the Krennic. It's charted with a Krennic number 4 braid in the color 032. I did that on another project, but with this one there were 7,500 something stitches of that Krennic in the beginning. And I did not want to do that with the number 4 braid. So I decided to buy the blending filament and use one strand of the blending filament and one strand of B5200, and that works out pretty good. So, but nevertheless, I want to finish that color first before I move on to other colors. So what did I stitch on yesterday? I think I was around here, so I moved all that Krennic further down over here, a bit more in here, and then I went back up into this part and did a lot more of the Krennic over here and went down until there. As I said, you probably can't see them really good. I try with the light to actually make you see them, but it's a little bit complicated. It's the way it is. As I said, about 800 colors missing, and then the Krennic will be done, and I can actually move to stitch some colors that you will be able to see a little bit better. So I'm looking forward to that. This one is stitched on a 28 count light blue even weave. I'm stitching 1/1 full cross. Needleminder is from Denka Designs. I originally had another needleminder on that, but I managed to kick it off. No idea how I did that. And I lost the back part. Can't find it. So I needed another needleminder. And which better needleminder than a shoe for Cinderella? There's no better. So yeah, I did that. And this is the complete piece. As I said, only about 800 stitches of the krennic missing, so I'm really happy about that. And I'm now at more than 35% done, so that's nice as well. And can't wait to get back to it and get a move on that krennic and hopefully finish the krennic stitching on this one next. But I probably need like 2 stitching sessions to actually finish those 800 stitches on this one. But we'll see about that. Okay, now I'm going to put it away and we will see what I'm going to stitch on today. So this is my bowl with all the projects, and it's been a while since I actually pulled the project out of there because of a lot of birthday stitching, and if I did not have any birthday stitching, I basically did not stitch. So yeah, it's been a while, but I think I'll go with that one. Mini Magic Mirror. I go get the project and show you where I'm at. So this is Mini Magic Mirror. The artwork is by Anne Stokes. It's charted by Haven and Earth Designs. That's the finished piece, and I'll show you where I'm at. So this is where I'm at with this project. As you can see, I started in the top right corner, working my way over to the left. Have finished page 4, page 3, now stitching on page number 2, going in columns, picking colors from top to bottom, left to right in the columns, and finishing one length of thread before I move on to the next color. Except for the black, I'm leaving all the black till I have done everything else on the page, and then I fill in everything of the black. This one is stitched on a 28 count Lugana. I'm stitching 2/1 10 stitch. Needleminder is from Just Sue Heavenly. And with this one, I think I have about 700 stitches missing, and then my year-end goal will be done. So I'm looking very much forward to that. And I should be able to do that today. So that would be really nice to actually finish my year-end goal, because then I can cross off another whip off the list. I presently have 18 whips. 3 of them I have finished my goal already. One of them is a stitch along, where I have finished everything so far, so it's a finished for now. But I'm still waiting for 2 parts to be released and then to be stitched by me. But yeah, so far, really happy, and it would be really nice to add another one of those whips to the year-end goal finished pile. So yeah, that would be nice. Mini Magic Mirror. So that's it, my video for the day. I'm going to get stitching. I'm quite sure I actually get some stitching in today, so that's pretty cool. So I get started to hopefully finish my goal, and you will see an update in a few seconds of what I did on Mini Magic Mirror. I will be back tomorrow morning to actually film it. And yeah, that's it. So for you, it continues in a few seconds, and I say goodbye and until tomorrow morning. Bye. Hi everyone. It's now Friday, the 27th of August, and it's already 2 p.m. And that's because today I finally gave back my old apartment. I rented it for nearly 6 years, and now I gave it back, and I do not have it anymore. I'm now fully in my new house. I can concentrate fully on getting everything the way I want it to be, in here, which will take some time. But yeah, the old one is done. I can concentrate fully on my new apartment and don't have to worry about anything else anymore, which is kind of nice. Yeah, so that's life update for today. I'm really happy. I lived in that apartment. I moved through whole of Germany from the very south. I lived close to Munich for a very long time. I was born and raised there. And for my job, I had to move up here to the north of Germany, close to Bremen. And yeah, it was kind of a scary move. I moved up here all alone. My family is still down in Munich, all of them. And this apartment, my last one, was actually the first and only apartment I ever visited to see if I like it, and I liked it a lot. My parents were with me and resigned the renting contract, whatever. Maybe there's a cool word for it, I don't know. But yeah, resigned, and I lived there for close to 6 years. And I was very happy there. The landlords actually lived below me, so I was on the first floor and they were on ground level. And very sweet, older couple. They're both around their 70s and they were super nice all the time. And yeah, it was perfect, and it was the perfect apartment to live at for 6 years now. So I'm really happy that I back then got that apartment, not anything else. And now I moved out, and I'm super happy. I have a bigger space now. I have my own space, and I like it a lot more to live on my own. But there's also those sad feelings that I leave this apartment behind, where I kind of grew up. So yeah, it's kind of sad. When I came here, I was 20 years old, or 21, and I'm now 27. So I kind of grew up in that time, living there. So yeah, it's kind of sad to leave it behind, but that's the way life goes. And yeah, so that's done. I'm now fully here, and now let's get to some stitching. Yeah, let's get to some stitching. Yesterday, I stitched on Mini Magic Mirror, the artworks by Anne Stokes, charted by Haven Enough Designs. That's the finished piece. And I told you it would be amazing to finish my year-end goal on this one. And I did. I'm really happy. So, I told you yesterday already, I'm presently stitching on page number 2, stitching all the color first and then fill in all the rest with black. I did yesterday a bit more than 900 stitches, and therefore finished my year-end goal. On page number 2, I have, I think, 5 or 6 colors missing. All of those colors having between 1 and 4 stitches of that color on that page. And then there's the black to fill in, and then I will have a page finish. But not this year. Except if I finish all my goals on all my projects, then I will have some advanced goals. And for this one, the advanced goal would be to finish page number 2. But we will see. I also did a lot more. Sorry, the reminder is a little bit in the way. I also did a lot more on page number 1 because I stitched all the stitches missing on page number 2 in the color I had on my needle. And if I had some left over, which I basically always had, I moved further into page 1 and stitched until my thread ran out. So did a lot more up in here. I think a bit more down here, over here, in the mirror. So I did quite a bit. Sorry. I want to bring it a little bit closer, but for that I have to sit a different way. So yeah, I did a lot. I'm really happy. As I said, over 900 stitches, so that's really good progress. And now I'm so close to finishing page number 2, which will be my 3rd page finish on this piece, which is amazing. This one is stitched on the 28 count Lugana. I'm stitching 2 over 110 stitch, needle minder from Just So Heavenly, and yeah, I think up here there are 2 or 3 more stitches, and then I will have reached the left edge of the design. So that's basically the width of the pattern. And I can't wait to come back to stitching on this one, but as I said, first of all, I have to finish all my other goals, and there are a few where I have a lot to do left over to actually finish my goal before I move back to this one. So we'll see. But yeah, it's amazing. I love it. Can't wait to go back. But we'll see. As I said, probably not going to happen for quite some time. If everything goes according to plan and I don't finish all my goals super early, it might happen that I do not stitch on this one for another 4 months. That's quite a long time, but that's the way it is. Okay, let's see what I'm going to stitch on today, because as I said, it's 2 p.m. So a lot of the day is already over, but I also did all my chores already. So yeah, a lot of stitching time left, hopefully, if I feel in the mood and I still have to talk to my parents and grandparents, and yeah, you know the drill. So we will see how much actual stitching time there will be, but hopefully good amount. And I will be spending that on Twisted Band Sampler by Northern Expressions Needlework. So I will get to the project and show you where I'm at. So this is the Twisted Band Sampler by Northern Expressions Needlework. This is the finished piece. Presently I'm stitching on this band over here. And I'm first of all going to show you a picture of what it looked like last time, because so far, for the last 1.5 weeks basically, I used this as my treble stitching. So I will show you first what I did for treble stitching, and then we have a new starting point, and I can show you what I did today, tomorrow morning, if that makes sense. So here's a picture of what Twisted Band Sampler looked like the last time you saw it. And this is where I'm at right now. So I'm presently on band number 10, and if I remember correctly, last time you saw it, I also was on band number 10, but somewhere in here with those satin stitches. So I finished all those satin stitches till the end, and then I started with the next stitch, which is a rose stitch. So I have to do all of those until down here once again, and then I will move to the next color. So yeah, that will be exciting. This one is stitched on a 32 count white over and linen. I'm stitching the full crosses 1 over 2 full cross as it's set in the pattern, and the specialty stitches are basically all stitched with 1 strand of floss, except for those satin stitches I just did. They used 2 strands of floss. In the pattern there are 3 conversions given. One is for Aurora Soir, one is for Dinky Dies, and one is for DMC. And I'm actually using the Dinky Dies. The needle minder is from Caterpillar Cross Stitch, and yeah, this is where I'm at with band number 10, and this is my starting point for today. So for today, it would be amazing to finish all those row stitches and then start with the next color. There's another stitch I only do in the next color. To finish that one as well would be kind of nice. I think it's called the windmill stitch or something like that. So to finish, I for sure want to finish this color, and hopefully also finish a bit or one of those 3 stitches I have to do in the next color to finish the band. We will see about that, but I really hope to get a good amount of progress in this one. With this one, I want to finish band number 12 this year. So, as I said, presently I'm on band number 10. And in the first 4 months of the year, I used this as my treble stitching. And the first 4 months of the year where we had still a lot of COVID going on, and therefore I had a lot of travel stitching time, because travel stitching for me mostly means I take it with me to work. And that meant I had a lot of stitching time. Now, with COVID slowing down, well, not really, but it feels like, I have more work to do, quite a bit more work actually, and therefore I have not a lot of stitching time anymore. It sometimes happens that I do not stitch at all while at work. Half a year ago, that was not possible, basically. So, yeah, starting point for today, and hopefully going to finish quite a bit of it. So, because especially this one will not be my travel stitching anymore going forward, because part 4 of the Hello Sunshine cell will be released tomorrow. I do not need any travel stitching projects today, so tomorrow I will start, if I have travel stitching tomorrow. I'm not sure actually. Tomorrow, if I do have some travel stitching, I will start with the Hello Sunshine cell part 4, and therefore Twisted Band Sampler has to take the backseat once again. So we'll see. It will be nice to get a lot of progress in today. Yeah, while we're at travel stitching, I think I need to show you something else. While at work, a few of the last times I did not really feel like stitching if I had the time. So instead, I did some crochet. I always have a knitting project, a crochet project, and a stitching project with me at work. Sometimes I take all of those projects with me to work and take all of them back without any progress, but I like to have something with me in case I get time. And then I don't know in which mood I am, so I take everything. And basically last 1.5 weeks, I was in the mood for some crochet. So my crochet project is out of this book. I'm just showing it. It's German, so if you have any more questions about it, just ask me, text me over Instagram, or just write a comment below this video and just ask me about this book. I know a lot of you who are watching my videos are not from Germany, are not speaking German, so it does not make a whole lot of sense to show and talk about this book for a long time, considering that most of you probably don't buy it and never will consider buying it. So, yeah. Okay, where am I? So, the project I'm stitching is this shirt. And last time I showed it to you, I talked about how you basically stitch it in 4 parts. You always stitch one part of a side and one half of a sleeve. And the last time I showed you, I had half of a sleeve plus half of the back, and then I started on the second half of the back plus half of the other sleeve. And I have finished the second part and actually crocheted both of the parts together, so I have now the whole back and 2 half sleeves completed. So where's the top? This is the top. This is basically the back. It's an oversized shirt, so it's really big. But yeah, this is the pattern in the middle, really beautiful. I pulled it up here so you can see it in front of the wall. So really beautiful. I really love that. And as I said, half a sleeve, and the back. And yeah, if I put it up here, you can see it pretty good with all the white space. So yeah, I'm really happy with that. I have not started the front yet, but I finished the back and I'm really happy about that. So that's really nice. There's still a lot to do, a lot of threads to actually sew in. It still has to be blocked. A lot of things left to do, not only the front. But I'm really happy how it's coming along. And I can't wait to start the front and maybe have it finished for next summer. That would be nice. Gives me about 8 or 9 months to actually crochet on it, so it might happen. Not sure. Yeah, that's that, I think. I'm now going to get to do some stitching. As I said, on the Twisted Band Syndrome, and I will check in tomorrow morning to show you what I did. Hopefully a lot. So you will see it in a few seconds, and I will check in tomorrow morning. And till then, bye. Hi everyone. It's now Sunday, the 29th of August. So you might realize I skipped another day. I stitched yesterday, so on Saturday, but on Friday I didn't. I was really motivated to stitch and get started. And then I saw my books and I realized I felt more like reading instead of stitching. So I did a lot of reading that day and did not have any time for some stitching. And that's fine. I do enjoy reading a lot as well, and I often do not read as much because stitching is kind of more convenient, and especially the way I set up my house right now. I mostly am on the floor where all my stitchy stuff is, and for my books I have to walk up some stairs, and I do not like stairs. So yeah, mostly I stitch, and that's fine because it's kind of my first hobby, primary hobby, whatever you want to call it. I really enjoy it a lot, especially because I can watch TV while stitching, stuff like that. So I really enjoy stitching. But I do have other hobbies as well, so I don't want to neglect them just because I feel like I need to stitch. And on Friday, I just felt more like reading, so I did some reading. And the stitching I did yesterday. And the project I stitched on, oh wow, I'm not prepared at all. The project I stitched on was the Twisted Band Sampler by Normal Expressions Needlework, which you just saw, but I still show you once again. And I also realized this project is not the best project to actually stitch on it the whole day. So I think I just started a new thread. It's still parked there because you always do the same thing. So what did I do? I'll bring it a little bit closer. I finished all those road stitches in color number 1, 4, and number 10. So the first color is completely done, and then started with the second color and started with those, I think they're called windmill stitches. They're super beautiful. I really love them. They take up a lot of thread, but they look amazing. But with this design, or with this pattern, you always do one stitch over the whole length of the diagonal before you move on to something else, or at least that's kind of the way I stitch it. And even with those cross stitch bands, the same design repeats itself over the whole diagonal once again, and you just stitch the same 15 rows 8 times in a row, and that's just kind of boring. I love the end result. I mean, so far it looks absolutely amazing, and I really love it. It's just kind of repetitive and therefore can get a little bit boring. And yesterday that's kind of what happened. I probably could have finished that band if I just powered through, but I did not feel like it because, as I said, it can get boring. But that's kind of the reason why it's such a good travel piece, because I find into it very soonish. Can take it up and start stitching basically, because I only need one color at a time. And then it's only the same stitch, so I can put it away super fast, but I also can take it up again super fast. So yeah, that's why it's an amazing travel stitching piece. Not the best piece to actually sit at home and stitch on it for the whole day, but that's fine. I did good amount of progress. I finished all those road stitches and started with those windmill stitches. And next time I take it with me to work, I can continue stitching on that. At the moment I have another travel stitching piece that I will show you probably tomorrow. I don't have it here yet, so I can show you. As I said, I'm not prepared for this video. So I will show you tomorrow when I upload this video, finally, after 2 weeks. But yeah, so yesterday I was stitching on the Twisted Band Sampler. As I said it yesterday, 32 count white opalescent linen, stitching 1/2 fall crosses and the specialty stitches as indicated with mostly 1 strand, some of them 7 stitches down here, with 2 strands, needleminder from Caterpillar Cross Stitch. And I'm stitching with the called for dinky dies, but there's also a DMC conversion that looks amazing. So this is my twisted band sampler from yesterday. So now let's see what I'm going to stitch on today. It's already 2 p.m. and after this video I'm going out for some ice cream with some, well, former neighbors and colleagues, and therefore we'll see how much stitching time I can get. I would really love for some full coverage stitching. I kind of feel the full coverage stitching at the moment, so it would be nice to get some of that, but we will see. And that's the one I chose. Not a full coverage piece, but a piece I did not yet stitch on during Arbitrary August, so that's nice as well. Raven Queen is by Mirabilia, and I'm going to get the project and show you where I'm at. So this is Raven Queen, as I said, by Mirabilia. That's the finished piece, and I'll show you where I'm at. So this is where I'm at the moment. So this is stitched on a 32 count Belfast linen in grey. I'm not sure which grey, so I'm not going to say anything about that. Needleminder is from Denkai Designs, and basically I already did everything in her head, all the back stitching, beads and chronic. I did a lot over here already. I think it's finished to about here. So I think this time I want to do a little bit more in her dress to kind of let her look a little bit more like a lady and not just strange. And maybe I then move up here to do a little bit more in the border and do the second turret or the castle in the distance, that one over here, to get started on that one. I think something like that might be the plan, but as I said, not sure exactly how much stitching time I will get today. As I said, I'm going out in a bit, so we will see. But I would love to get some progress on her, because this year I want to finish the first half, so cuts through about here, which means I have a lot still to do. So yeah, it would be nice to continue stitching on her a little bit. But we will see about that. This is my beautiful Raven Queen, and yeah, my project for today. As I said, I'll be back tomorrow morning, and there I show you my travel stitching piece, which I have not yet stitched on today, probably won't. So my starting point for that for next week. And I think I'm going to talk a little bit about plans tomorrow. But tomorrow is also a super busy day, so we'll see how I can do that, or maybe I upload on Tuesday but film tomorrow, something like that. We will see. And yeah, so for you this video continues, and I'm going to say goodbye and see you tomorrow morning. Bye! Good morning everyone! It's now Monday, the 30th of August, and I'm back to show you what I did yesterday, what my plans are for the following week, and then I'm going to upload this video. So let's get this done so I can go and start to work, which I'm not really looking forward to. But yeah, let's get started with yesterday's project. Yesterday's project was Raven Queen by Mirabilia. That's the finished piece, and I show you where I get to. So this is her now. So I did not work anything on the turret, as I said, or in the border. Just did not feel like it. I felt like stitching on the dress, so I did. I think I did around 4 or 5 lengths of thread in her dress. I think 5 of black. Did all that, and then I filled in her sleeve, her glove, with some darker gray. So that's basically it. I wanted to do a lot more, especially up in here, to get started on her dress with all those greenish parts, which also is current water lilies, and I really enjoy stitching with those. So I really wanted to get to that point, and yesterday, I think shortly prior to 7 p.m., I was so tired. So in the end, I just decided to leave it and go to bed and actually sleep. And it's the first time in quite a while that I actually get my 8 hours of sleep before I have to get up at 4 in the morning. So yeah, that's kind of nice. So yeah, this is my beautiful Raven Queen. There's a crease right in her face. But yeah, she is beautiful, and I really am happy that I decided to stitch on the dress, because now she looks really like a woman and not just strange. So yeah, really happy about that. She stitched on a 32 count gray Belfast linen, 2 over 2 full crosses. Needleminder is from Dankai Designs. Yeah, my beautiful Raven Queen. And now I'm actually want to get back to her. There has been a while or a time where I did not really feel like stitching on her, and I'm glad that I got to stitch on her today or yesterday, and get back with her and kind of feel like stitching on her once again. So that's actually pretty nice. So moving forward, first of all, as I'm going to work in a few minutes, I'm first of all going to show you what my travel stitching will be, because a few days ago, part 4 of the Hello Sunshine Cell by Caterpillar Cross Stitch has been released. So that is going to be my travel stitching once again until it is done. So part 4, or with part 4 completely done, that's what it's going to look like. Oh yeah, it's pretty bad. Part 4 is basically the part up here with the butterfly and all those leaves and flowers around it. So there's the next part will be released on the 28th of September. So I have now a month to stitch on part number 4, because part number 3 is already done, as you might know. So I show you the project real fast. So this is it with part number 3 completely done. So I'm now going to start up here and start stitching part 4. This one is stitched on a 28 count even weave, and I'm stitching 1 over 1 full crosses. Needleminder is from Dankai Designs, and yeah, super tiny stitches, super beautiful. Can't wait to get started on this one. So this is coming to work with me today. And then I'm going to upload this video after work. So let's move into plans. Basically, there are today and tomorrow left of Arbitrary August, so I'm going to continue with that. And then I really thought about what to do, because on the 5th of September, so next Sunday, I'm leaving for a work trip. So my next video will be on the 5th. So on Sunday, I will upload before I have to leave for my work trip. And yeah, then I was really thinking about what to do, because basically I then have Wednesday to Saturday to stitch on something, and that's not a whole lot of time, so not enough time for my rotation. So I decided I'm just going to continue Arbitrary August on the first 4 days of September. Yeah, I left a few days out already, so I think that's kind of a good idea to actually continue Arbitrary August through those days. At the moment, I think I have 1 or 2 projects I have not yet stitched on during Arbitrary August, so I want to stitch on those in this first week of September as well. And then we'll see what else I might do. I might not continue with my random selection, but stitch on those that I have not yet stitched on, and maybe stitch on some of those where I'm super close to finishing my goal, to just finish out my goal. But we will see about that. As I said, I'm not really sure yet. I'm going to continue vlog style video through the 5th of September. Going to continue with that because I'm going to switch projects every day, and the first 2 days of this week are actually Arbitrary August days. So I'm just going to continue with that. And yeah, that's basically everything for now regarding plans. I will be back on Sunday, as I said, and on Sunday I'm going to talk to you about which projects I'm going to take to my work trip. I have no idea if I will get the time to actually stitch or if not. So we will see about that. But yeah, we will talk about that at the end of the week. For now, let's see what I'm going to stitch on today if I get the time. Not so sure about that, but we will see. So, what will I stitch on today? I want this one. Supersize Max Color Once Upon a Fairy Tale. I get the project and show you where I'm at. So this is Supersize Max Color Once Upon a Fairy Tale. The artwork is by Amy Stewart and it's started by Heaven Enough Designs. I started in the top left corner and am stitching on the diagonal. So I show you where I'm at. It's a big piece, a really big piece. Not so easy. So this is where I'm at. And for my year-end goal, I think I miss around 400 stitches, maybe a bit more. It is stitched on a 40 count, 1/110 stitch. Needleminder is from Lakeside Needlecraft. And as you can see, I'm stitching in a diagonal of 10 by 10 blocks. And presently, I stopped my diagonal over here. I have, I think, about 460 stitches missing to finish my year-end goal. And I have decided to just continue down the diagonal, finish the diagonal as my year-end goal, because I would have been left with 1.5 blocks down here, not yet done, when my finished or my year-end goal is done. So I just decided to do a few more stitches and finish the diagonal. So that's where I'm at, and I'm so happy with how this is turning out. The next blocks are going to be blocks in this lantern. So those are going to be super confetti heavy. They take a lot of time. Normally on, let's say on the average project, I can do about 100 to 150 stitches, 10 stitches an hour. On this one, way less. Sometimes I only get around 60 in. So yeah, this one is confetti heavy. I often have to get a color out, stitch one stitch, put the color back. So yeah, that's because the way I stitch it, but it's also because it's really confetti heavy as it is a mixed color piece. But I think it's absolutely worth it to stitch a mixed color. I know there are others out there who just say I can't cope with the confetti, and I can totally understand that. Sometimes I have to put this project away, even though I still want to stitch, but I just can't anymore. I can't with the confetti. But I think it's absolutely worth it. The project is amazing, and I really hope that tomorrow I can show you in daylight. Because, yeah, it looks amazing. So that's that. And that's my project for today. So I'm going to end this video here. I'm going to upload this video. And then I will start another one tomorrow that will be uploaded on Sunday. So yeah, that's basically it. So if you enjoyed this super long video, really long video, I hope you did enjoy. I know a lot of people do enjoy those long videos. I'm one of those people. So if you did, please leave a like, a comment, maybe subscribe to my channel. And I hope you will be back for my next video, as I said, on Sunday this time. So have a nice week and stay safe, stay healthy, and I see you on Sunday. Bye.